Why didn't that work?
Ah,
Record, pause recording, stop. Oh, I guess it's already recording. Just making sure that we got everything, recorded because, in talking about Humanity Rising in the after chat yesterday, it's good to have that continuity. And I know, Diana, you asked some wonderful questions. Thank you, Stan, for bringing that up. And so, Diana, what did I miss?
well, Pam had mentioned that she worked with horses, and she'd brought that in with the heart
There's
and the rhythm.
a whole long conversation about horses, and then at the end of that conversation, I fell asleep, and everybody left, and the recording kept on going,
Oh,
and so I had to when I woke up, where's everybody? There's nobody here, and the recording is still running. So I turned off the recording, and I stopped the AI automatic writing, and I went back to sleep. So
Stanley, I thought you'd already done that because you had said,
I
you
hadn't.
were.
I talked about ending the recording like for 15 minutes long. I was ending the recording, and it never happened.
And
And you
then
guys
didn't do
kept
it.
talking and talking, and I think it was Joy and who else was with Joy talking about
Joy,
stuff.
Pam, and Sarah Sue.
Pam, yes, and Sarah Sue was asleep, but she didn't.
Yes,
She
with a
didn't
mouth
look like
open.
it with her mouth open. She practically was snoring at us, and she got caught, and she says, "No, I was just breathing." Right? Okay.
Yeah, right. Well, I am so grateful that we have evidence. On the other hand, we might want to, blur her background or blur her. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I can just get into the recording and cut it down because it really
Now,
goes on for more than 10 minutes past when there's anybody doing anything useful. So,
well,
including me waking up. You see me waking up, and what am I doing here? Oh well.
so let me ask then, Stan, how are you today?
Well, actually, feeling better than I have been in certain ways. One of them is that my leg is not nearly as sore as it was yesterday, and
Good.
that's been a real annoyance. And I got all this sleep. I mean, I slept and
Good.
slept and slept, and now it's like 3 in the afternoon, and I went to sleep at 2 in the morning, and so I slept 12 hours. I
Good.
guess. I mean, it's hard to
Yeah.
tell really if it really was. Um, I mean, my CPAP machine ran out of water, and I must have been doing something, and I don't know.
Well, you're
And
sounding and looking good.
well,
Yeah.
thank you. Yes, I mean, I feel pretty strong
Hmm.
considering that my urgent feeling is the wish to be strong, and
Yeah.
but Sally was all excited yesterday. We had a physical therapist here come to see
Yeah.
me and having me do exercises. And Sally, after he left, she says, "And you did all his exercises without any fault, without anything. Oh my God." Well, I, I thought I was just doing what I was told, but I did it. And so it's
Yeah.
step this way, step that way. And
Ah,
yeah,
coordination.
Hmm.
not a whole lot of difficult stuff, but he promised to come back next week and give me more stuff to do.
The key
Yeah.
to that, Stan, is to do the exercises daily.
Yes, that's the key
He
to that
will
is to
be
remember
so
how to do the
impressed.
exercises. He
He
didn't
would
write
be
them
so
down.
impressed.
Yeah,
You
and
you
I
do
have
what you can remember.
exercises. I have exercises from my other physical therapists that are written on pieces of paper that are supposed to be right here somewhere. Somewhere I can't see my hand pointing. Do 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 down there, and uh, So I should look for those and do those exercises at least a
Yeah.
little bit.
What you
And
should do is make a specific time.
well, that's
Make an appointment and
okay.
stick to
Uh-huh.
it.
Right.
Otherwise,
Well,
something else comes up.
that would be too logical. Okay. And right, stick to anything.
Yeah, not even sleep patterns, but you're here, and I
I did
really
manage to get here.
appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I
yeah. So
remember hearing you
appointments do
say, and
actually matter.
right. Well, I remember hearing you tell somebody, maybe it was Jack or somebody, that don't forget Stanley's going to be here too. And okay, so I that made a point, and I managed to get downstairs and badger Sally into finding food for me to eat. And she yelled at me, "Stanley, we're not here just to take care of you, only." And fine, okay, but she did manage to put a salad and a bowl of noodles in front of me. And, I ate
Good.
that, and I'm not hungry again.
Oh, which reminds me, I should no. I'm going to leave that alone. Caring for people. It's
Yeah.
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 It's an important thing.
Sally takes care of Stan, and I take care of my
Yes,
mom, and she takes care of me, and you know it. And sometimes the caretaker needs care
caring.
taken.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Well,
yeah.
I'm in the process of thinking about learning to cook, because one of the problems that Sally and I have is we both don't cook, we both eat too much, and we both don't exercise anywhere nearly enough. And one of the things that I could do, considering that I don't have a job anymore and I don't have Humanity Rising every day, um, that I could actually learn how to cook, and
Ooh.
that would, or at least prepare food. I don't know if I need to learn how to cook, um, but uh, to prepare food and make sure that there is something for Sally when she comes home from work. I mean, she goes to work, and I should try to help with that. And I think that would be a good idea. And if we could both lose 50 pounds,
Ooh.
we would be healthy again.
Do you have any idea how you would learn?
No, except by trying. That's the only way I ever learn anything.
Well, it's easy. I mean, I never took lessons.
Yeah. Well, I don't see lessons per se happening, but certainly curiosity has a
Definitely.
way of moving things forward, and we certainly have plenty of cookbooks in this house. There must be dozens of cookbooks, because Sally's industry is in food, and
Yep.
Angela's note taker is here. Shannon McArthur is here, but not. You went. Your video went away.
Sorry, I clicked a button and went off into the distance. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
All right. Well, we're
Could
still
you
here.
could you
Happy to see you.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was looking for um, you remember the movie Need to Grow?
Oh,
Um,
yes.
I think it
There's
was
been an update, a new
okay.
movie, and
Uh-huh.
I was looking for
Mm.
the link
There's
to it.
there's one to do with light.
Yes, that one. I was
Okay.
so impressed with that. What an amazing movie it was. Stan, have you seen it?
I think I've seen it a couple of times. Yes.
No, no, no. This is new.
Oh, the new one? No, I don't know about new
Mm.
one. I know about the original Powerhouse video that talked about
Yeah, that
all the
it
things we
was
needed
so
to do to try to fix the climate by stopping our agricultural practices.
yeah. And it was so interesting for me. And you know, the links and the data that goes by us in our with our interests and with Humanity Rising, and it's just mind-boggling the amazing resources and what's going on that we have a window on being who we are, and it's just so encouraging. And I know that there are people in the world that just don't see that.
There's a lot of people in the world.
There really is. And still it's weighted in the direction of the negative, when we got to make it go the other way. And I just want to push it the other way. And that's pharmacy. That's it. Diana, you smart woman.
Now,
Stan,
I'm not too
click
sure.
that link.
Yeah, try it and see what happens, because that, of course, is my link. And I haven't finished watching it. I've only started it.
Okay.
Oh, really?
So
I have 4 days. I have 4 days.
It's in the Pharmacy of Light. Oops, we can't find your registration. Enter the email you registered with below.
Okay, so you have to go in separately. If you go into...
It was given to me, and I watched it, and then I decided I needed to support these guys. They deserved $7.
Okay.
I can forward an email to you, Stan, which has the link in it.
All right. Well, I mean, I just opened up very nicely, and apparently all I need to do is to
put your email address in there. Yeah, put your email address in there, and then they'll send it to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they'll give you 4 days.
Okay. There was one group that promised to send me a verification, and the verification, as far as I could tell, never arrived. And I submitted it again, and it never arrived. And so I could never get onto their email list because they didn't trust me.
You had a problem like that with something else, and then you realized you had it. I can't remember what it was. It was a few months ago.
Yeah. Well, Stan at othernetworks.org was supposed to be registered, and something.
I think what really resonated strongly for me was the fact that plants are
beings,
transformed light.
We are too.
Well, we are, and by feeding ourselves living light, we empower ourselves to be healthier. And so that goes back, Stan, to what you're talking about, learning how to cook. You know, your wife is a master gardener. She has access to the most healthy foods.
Right. Yeah. I mean, she went garden, brought home some, and had Pat show me this morning, just now, these 2 thingies that looked like vegetables, and I don't know what they were. They're the size of cucumbers.
You don't have them there?
No, I'm upstairs. I'm not in the kitchen anymore.
Can you describe them, and maybe we can figure out what they were?
Something the size of cucumbers that were roundish.
Zucchini.
Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of things. She grows a lot of stuff. So,
well, and what that means is that it would be a really good idea for you to learn how to process those foods so that your body can appreciate them.
And not put them in the microwave.
Yeah, that's what you got an oven for. Or a stovetop.
Right.
Or raw. It could be just a question of cutting it up.
Stanley makes excellent rice.
That's
There
right.
was something that went with it. It was very good.
Mm-hmm.
What do you put on your rice usually, Stanley?
Um, I try to put rice with other things, whatever it is. I
Whatever it
mean,
is.
it's too
Okay.
complicated. I don't remember these things. That's not my department.
Okay.
Well,
And
it's going to be though.
That's allowed.
I
It's
managed I
going to be.
managed
Yes.
to make the rice in the rice maker. I bought the rice maker 20 years ago, and
Yeah,
I'm the
fine.
main one that makes rice in the rice maker. I used to
Excellent.
make bread too, and um, the bread project is sort of faded away. Even in the supermarket, they used to sell um, bread kits that were specifically designed for home bread making, and they stopped selling those things anymore. So you have to do the the part, parts, the cereals, the separate entities, the ingredients. You got to get
The
your
flour.
own
The
Yeah.
ingredients
ingredients.
together. Yes,
Yeah.
and oh dear, I have wandering around and stuff. I saw that I had received a response from Simon Grant, which blew me away. He said that he appreciated the article I sent from that was about everything for everybody in 1971, and he remarked on it. And I was like, "Whoa!" Simon Grant is one of the genius people who um, are actual leaders, like intellectually, in communication. And so I started looking at his stuff, and apparently he's a big fan of uh, not MediaWiki, but another brand of wiki software. But he has his own wiki, and it's huge. And I'm
Simon
looking forward.
Grant, the wiki of
So,
Simon Grant. I've got
yeah.
that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to put it.
he's he's a one of the people that goes along with uh, the turning point and what is it? The tipping point. The tipping point. It's
Ah,
this.
the tipping point.
Tipping.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Malcolm Gladwell. So Simon is on the level of a Malcolm Gladwell in terms of the famousness of his books. And so now I have a chance to start learning about Simon's theories and understanding of how to organize information because he spends a whole bunch of time explaining how his wiki works.
How his
And
wiki works.
that's right. Yes.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
that's it
Thank you,
sounds
Diana,
funny,
for
but it
laughing
really
because it made me laugh too.
yes, it really is interesting to me because that's what I'd like to know about. And so now I have a whole new area of study to try to find out what I can um, from Simon. And it's oddly enough,
I'm really looking
his
forward to seeing that, Stan. Thank you so
uh-huh,
much for bringing that. You know, the
okay,
idea of being able to dive into somebody else's wiki,
right. He has a
Diana,
whole
stop
different
it.
wiki software he uses. He uses a whole different wiki software.
Shannon, there were two British comedians. They were called the two Ronnies. Did you ever hear
Oh
of
yeah.
them?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, one Ronnie died quite a few years ago,
Oh.
but the other one has done a few shows, and this one is not very recent. It's also a few years old. Um, but the wiki reminds me of it. And he goes into he's returning his um BlackBerry because it's frozen. Do you know this one?
No.
Oh, then let me find it.
Oh,
And
okay. That's good. That's much better than me trying to find it.
yeah, no, let me see that. Let me
Because you
try to
know I
find it.
would.
So hang on, let me go and see. All right.
Okay, you do that.
Yeah.
Because gosh knows we need to have humor.
We need to have
Um,
blackberries.
Well, you
no,
wait until you see the blackberry.
Okay.
it's
Well,
a
blackberries are
large,
20 years
yeah.
old, 20-year-old phones.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's, I
Is it
mean,
20 or is it 30?
it's incredible.
At least 20 years, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
From
which
before
reminds
history.
me, before history, yeah.
Yes.
Um, I've been diving into my own history just recently, and one of the things that I came up with was Scylla Elworthy. When I was uh, dipping my toes for the first time into the global network of networks, I took a course called Leadership Jumpstart by Scylla Elworthy. Now, she's been on Humanity Rising, I believe,
Yes.
and
What's her
she
name?
is Scylla Elworthy, Scilla, Elworthy. And she wrote a book. Um, she stands on the front of it. She stands there with a big sword. Has to do with peace. Um, and she has just come out with a new course. And I want to tell you guys about it. Why did that happen? Okay. Um, she talks about Peace Direct. It's an a group that she started back in 2003, and they're doing amazing things right now. So she probably had to pull back with it because she's now doing these amazing courses um, on her, what is it called? Mighty Heart courses. And she's just doing amazing things, and I'm so proud of her. Uh, should I say that I am her student, an acolyte, if you will, because she's done just some amazing things. And the small group that formed during that course that I took is still now in a smaller form, but we're still
Uh,
having our gatherings.
that's excellent.
Uh, it really is. That's going back at over 10 years. And
Whoops, hang
I,
on. Sorry. Okay,
sorry,
sorry.
what? Yes, we don't know what we don't know.
Yes, no,
Um,
no.
yeah, but I do want to offer that website, Peace Direct, because it is talking about very much about what we're um,
Trying to do?
talking about. Yeah, what we're trying to do. Created by Scylla Elworthy. There you go. Um, and what she talks about in her email that she sent out, um, there are courageous people every day quietly bringing neighbors together, rebuilding trust and creating hope. As an antidote to the endless stories of crisis and
Yeah,
despair, she would like
yeah.
to shine a light on Peace Direct, a brilliant organization that exists to support these remarkable local peace builders. And I was thinking, Kurt needs to know about this, Kurt Kruger,
Mm,
because that is, oh, and my Blackberry is not working. The one Ronnie. He did pivot, didn't he? Good for him. You know, we have to find ways of carrying on after
Having looked, yeah, unfortunately, I see he has died.
the one
Um,
Ronnie
yeah,
as
the one
well.
Ronnie as well. Yeah, 85. I
Oh,
don't know when. I didn't look, but it was up there.
yeah.
His death. But no,
But that
so
is the direction.
watch that. Watch that.
Okay, I'll pull that up and put it on pause. Pause. Oh, I like it. It opened up with no sound. How nice is that? Ah. Okay, so I know what I'm going to do after we're finished here. Thank you so much. Um, what else is new? I talked with Angela and I talked with Joy about what's going on in her world, and she's put together more stuff. And I put up a Patreon post about that, and so I'm going to invite people to have a look at that. It's in
Which
my
one? Joy? You're talking about Joy now?
Joy Gilfillan. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was a very good conversation. We're going to continue the conversation. We can't do it Monday. It'll have to be Tuesday or Wednesday or yeah, when we've got time. Oh my gosh.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's a story of my life. And I'm diving deeper into the Global Regeneration Collab, Stanley. I'm sure you'll be pleased to hear.
Right. Oh, that I am, and I was delighted to find that Simon Grant is also interested in it, and he listed it among other websites that he likes. So I didn't go in there just to ask Nikki if she knows him, but that would be fun. That's yeah, I'm interested in Simon, and Simon has the Global Regeneration Collab listed among some of the resources that he has on his website.
Yeah, we should get Simon Grant at least on other networks, if not his wiki
Yes, I started.
merged.
Yeah, I just added his name as a page,
Good.
and yeah, and I have to study the bookmark system from my Firefox. I actually have to study it. I actually had to go on and ask Google what is the difference between a bookmark toolbar and a bookmark menu. And it told me the bookmark toolbar is something that appears on your screen if you want to have it at the top, and it's always there. And the bookmark menu is something that collects everything from bookmarks all over the place and puts them in um, a menu structure that's hard to figure out because it doesn't have any specific kind of order to it, or maybe it does, but I don't know what it is. And
So the
so that's
menu,
been
the menu is probably what I use. I go onto
okay.
the three lines or whatever up on top of my screen, and then this whole menu drops down, and I know most of them I
Okay.
don't use at all, but I,
And are
I,
you in Firefox? That's what I'm talking about.
yep,
Firefox,
Yeah.
yes.
yeah.
Well, the Firefox system has these two components, and I just today asked Google to tell me the difference between them, and it did. And
Nice.
yeah, so because it's been very confusing for me all along, I have hundreds and hundreds of bookmarks, but
Yeah.
they're often misorganized,
Mm.
and
What's
I
really
don't know
nice
how
is
to
that you can
add new
search
ones.
for them.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. I
Yes.
think it's as simple as clicking a star in the URL um, address bar. At least that's what
Oh,
it is in Chrome.
okay. Clicking,
And
so it means
because
to
I
add a
don't use
bookmark.
Firefox, I used to.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It could be that simple. Add a bookmark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you go into the bookmark menu and you move things around.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can do that, but it's always confused me. And now at least I have somewhat of a better idea of what's going on, because when I open the manage bookmarks, it brings up the tools for both the toolbar and the menu, and I've always been confused by that. Which one am I supposed to use to add things to my bookmarks? But I did manage to get a new folder for Simon Grant, and capture his URL for his website into it, so I can get back to Simon. And I'm going to write to him after I do a little more research. I want to write to him.
Good.
I'm wondering if he, I mean, he's in my mind affiliated with Malcolm Gladwell, and Malcolm Gladwell is also a contemporary of the professor at Penn, who has been doing network work. And I was talking about him a lot last year, and the book is around here somewhere. But yeah.
I think what would be really impressive and productive would be to play Social Argonaut and go into other networks and pick an episode where we can download the transcript from YouTube, and I would have to do that manually, and the transcript from the AfterChat, and put them both into other networks, and create a summary. So fill out the job of what a Social Argonaut actually does.
Right.
And
Okay.
and figure out how to
My screen just changed so that
Yeah,
Shannon
mine
is
did
now
too.
Angela,
behind.
her note taker stopped recording. So
Okay.
I think it records for a half an hour or something, basically to tell you what you missed. Ha ha. Because we're, yeah. We have the recording because we started it, and that's a good thing. But it's really interesting, I think, to have the depth of what we're seeking pictured, or as an example of what it is that we imagine other networks being able to provide in the long term. What are we envisioning it to be? And the steps that it's going to take in order to make it that. And that way we can impress Simon Grant.
Maybe.
I mean,
Yeah.
he'd be impressed in any
I
case
kinda,
because I love your category system.
well, he has his own, and I'm on the verge of starting to look into it. So yes.
Good. Good.
And that's one of the things that interests me about him, is he does have his own system for organizing information, and that's one of the things he talks about in his wiki. It's how he
Excellent.
organizes information, and he's probably got quite a bit of information. Let's see, there's another. What I don't see yet in his or anybody else's references is the Encyclopedia of World Problems, and I'm sad to say that I don't know if Tony is still alive, the former editor of the encyclopedia. I haven't heard from him in more than a year, and I haven't tried to write to him to see "Hello, Tony. Are you still alive?" Um, because I think he was in his 80s or 90s, and
Well, one way or another, we all pass.
yes.
And what would you do if he was still alive, Stan, and you found that
Well,
out?
I could continue to remind him to keep sending me his latest. He would write to and send me his latest writings, and I would get those two, three, 4 times a year. I would get a new essay from him, and I haven't gotten anything in a long time.
Well,
So
did he have an institution or
no,
something
he has
to?
his own website, and his institution was the encyclopedia.
Well,
And
my question, I guess, is basically the same thing I would want to have happen for you. Is does he have his um, his legacy
mhm.
ensconced in any way? Is it held by anything?
Yeah, well, he has a bunch of stuff on the internet, um, including his personal website. And
After 2 years, it's gone.
all right, well, maybe depends
6
on.
months or 2 years. Yeah. If there's no activity and nobody's paying for it, they put it in the archives.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well,
Exactly the way it
it's what I'm working on with Tally Rhodes of the GRC in regard
is.
to other networks and our heart
Okay,
gardens.
okay,
And I
yeah,
wanted to let you
and
know about that.
all right, well, that sounds good. Tally Rhodes is somebody I've met, and I think that might be the person that I introduced to the fellow in Australia, because she was taking her son to Australia for a visit,
Ryan von
and she,
Hertzen.
yeah, Brian, and so I introduced her to Brian. I think that's who it is. It's hard to remember these people and their names and
Yeah.
everything, but um,
Yeah.
somebody who I still hear from, who was the person who took her son to Australia and got to meet Brian because of that. Yeah, and
Excellent. Yeah. Well,
very
Tally
happy.
and I and had a conversation. We spent an hour and blah, 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 blah. It was
Oh,
wonderful.
good. Uh-huh.
And we have set a date for Friday the 10th to talk with Angela. Uh,
Uh-huh.
and um, we're going to talk about the legal aspects of how to make this survive us, Stan.
Okay, that's good.
Uh, because that's basically what you and I have talked about. We want this to
Yeah.
continue after
No.
we die. And Simon and the fellow that you did, they create a legacy of their stuff. And a bus can hit you tomorrow, or not you,
Right.
please, not you, but
Yeah.
anyone. And whatever they had online, it becomes history, and not accessible to anyone, not useful to anyone. I don't want to imagine a world without other networks and Humanity Rising. I mean, I imagine Ubiquity would have all of the Humanity Rising episodes, and Ubiquity would continue after Jim Garrison or Georg Bach, or Victoria, or any of them. It will live on, but other networks at this point would not, and our heart gardens would not at this point. So Tally's interest, and she really likes other networks.
Oh, good.
Um, and she told me that she contacts you if she wants to find anything on there. Well, I can
Okay.
certainly show her a bit about how to search and find things in other
Uh-huh.
networks. But I Well, I know I search at least well enough to serve me, and I can show her how to do that, and I can show her your special collections, and I can add more to special collections. I don't know if I want to add them to your special collections, but maybe that is where I should be putting.
It's okay.
Um, the things like I created the a pathway to the Kogi knowledge.
Okay.
And that's, out of the jungle of all of this information, I found that pathway, and that's what I imagine a social Argonaut will provide. You call them special collections, and I could call them pathways to knowledge.
Whatever. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So I
And
have been
I'd be
busy.
interested in knowing where your Kogi thing is, because
Well, I that's a
don't know that
really good.
other networks has a good, and it's not easy to know how to spell Kogi. Is it C or K? And
Kogi, Kogi.
Kogi.
Yep.
Okay.
Kogi thread demonstration.
Okay.
Okay. I've got that up on my screen. Would you like to see it?
If you want.
I would like. Let's go for the tab, Kogi thread. Share. Okay. And so we'll just make that. From Message to Meaning, a Living Thread in Humanity Rising, Kogi thread demonstration, the origin, warning from the heart of the world. So the coherence layer tracks a single vital thread, the Kogi prophecy, from its spiritual inception in late 2023 to its physical manifestation in the 2026 State of the World Forum in Bhutan. We begin where the signal began, a spiritual invitation buried in other networks. So there's the day page of day 828 and the link. And telling this is the HR YouTube video recording was the seed, a needle in the haystack of 2,000 plus videos, thanks to Jim Garrison, host of Humanity Rising. And so it's pictured here. You can't actually get there. You have to go through.
Okay. Where is this?
This is a Google Doc at this point. I'm not sure where I've put this or if I've put this in other networks. I don't think it is.
Okay.
But there's the nugget, a link to the nugget, and the deepening, the continuity of presence, the synapse in more than 340 episode jump. We find the latest episode about the Kogi, and that's 1170. And so that's there. There's Jim's Nuggets for 1170, the map of 1170, and then the convergence from prophecy to physical action. And there was more, an unbroken thread leading to Bhutan in December 26, visible largely due to Jim's Nuggets, currently very loosely linked to other networks. A later episode, day 879 and 903 and 948 and 950. So all of those are linked here. No timetable was made that day, while only recently adopted and not created religiously. Timetables are the new standard for making the 2,000 plus video archive more easily searchable for the Bhutan delegates and others. A good example of a timetable is episode 1166. But that is basically what that is, and what I imagine what will be created by the social Argonauts as pathways to learning. What do you think so far?
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I noticed from uh, Simon is he has this other idea that has to do with tracking back, and I need to look it up and see what he's talking about. I need to get the right term that he's using, but it's something he insists are necessary when you create a URL for something. You should also include in that a reference for how to track back, and I'm not sure what exactly that means. It's part of his theory of information. So I have to get into it much more deeply.
Excellent.
And yeah, but I ended up getting lost this morning in trying to figure out how to make his new author page in other networks. In my version, in my excuse me, my bookmarks. I have
Ah,
a whole section of bookmarks on authors, and none of that is in other networks. It's all in my Firefox, which is weird and sad, but yeah, I
I
always
wonder
depend
if
on Firefox too much.
I wonder if AI would be able to help you transfer
Yes,
or
probably, but
transform your um,
bookmarks could be made into a
bookmarks
document. Yeah,
into, yeah, yeah. I
yes,
bet you
that's the
it
sort of thing.
could.
Yep, 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 yep. I'm starting to get tired because I'm sorry that I have to say
No,
that, but
that's
I
Stanley, you
I
have
need
to
to
respect
sleep
that.
and
You've
sleep
got
and
to
sleep and
respect
sleep.
that. Yeah, no, respect it.
So um, yeah,
you
we've
have
been on
lots of
for.
learning to do, and you shouldn't
That's right.
waste your energy on just yakking.
Well,
But
we're
it's
not
been
just
nice
yakking.
having you
We're
here.
we're 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 bringing up new related things. It's everything is related to everything else, and our conversations are about that. Um,
Yeah.
it took me a while to understand the nature of small talk, and the nature of small talk is you bring up a person, and then you talk about what they are interested in, or what they do, or how they affected your life. um, and then it goes back and forth because somebody will find in that conversation something that triggers an idea in them, and then the small
Yeah.
talk continues because
Yeah.
the triggering it's all based on triggering, and one of the things that I don't feel I'm very good at is having a whole variety of things. Like, I mean, some people know all the movies that are ever were, except that, and the names of all the actors and who played what, and all this stuff. And
Well, Alex Ferrari, for example, he's like
okay,
that, but he's got a podcast now,
hmm,
and his his podcast is interesting because he has a for for many reasons, including
hmm,
the fact that he knows about all of these,
yeah,
Hollywood things and the movies
right,
and the actors, and so it's
insider dirt, yes,
yeah,
right,
yeah, and your background, Stan, makes you interesting. And I know so little about Diana, and we might gossip a little about each other when you're not here. But I do understand the need for you to take care of your body at this time. You're
yes,
very
okay. Well,
important
I'm
to
going to
us.
go, and you
Okay.
continue to talk to Diana, and
Okay.
I'll see you guys next time. Let's see. I
I
need to
look
save the
forward to
chat
it.
and save
Happy,
chat.
happy 4th.
Well, thank
May
you.
the 4th be with you, except that it's July.
Okay, yeah,
July the
right.
4th be with you.
Yeah, Donald has declared the, the we have already exceeded what he
Oh,
was his
God.
topic.
Iran?
No, no, and
Oh, okay.
America is making America great again. It's the America is already made great again. So he is broadcasting
He,
that on.
he, oh, he has to succeed at his goal before he backs out.
Well,
And
yeah,
just by proclaiming it makes it so, in
that's
his
right.
world.
Exactly. He has succeeded, and it's better than ever. So
Okay,
bye-bye.
just before you go, Stanley, what's the temperature like with you? Because of, what they were
Okay, I don't
predicting
know
and
the
everything.
numbers. Yeah, but it's not as hot today as it was.
No,
So
no.
we
I
had it
mean,
up closer to 100 degrees, and it's not there.
yeah, talk about
Good.
scaremongering.
Yeah.
Okay, off you go.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Uh,
Yeah. I mean, that's what they do. They did it here too, in terms of, I mean, the temperatures were hot, and the temperatures are hot there.
yeah.
But they're talking about the storms coming in, and then the storms don't appear. Um,
That's
it's all
exactly
part.
right, Diana. It's all part of the you have to be in fear. The answer is no,
Mm,
I don't.
mm.
No, I don't. I don't have to follow you at all. Bye bye, click. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have a wonderful group here in my seniors community, in my mom's seniors community. I've been reading aloud on Tuesdays before Gaia's Zoom room. I go downstairs into the library and I sit with my mom and other people, and I take down 3 books with me. All of them from completely different genres, and I offer the books to um, people other than my mom uh, to choose what they want to
Mm,
read,
mm.
what they want me to read. And 3 of the 3 times I have had the Green Man and the Dragon chosen.
I don't know it.
People are hungry for story, for
Mm,
mythology,
mm.
uh, um, and and that's why I am just I'm so charmed by it because my mythology has been formed over years, and it's not something I chose to do. It chose me to
Yeah,
come through. And so I feel very much like I have been chosen to bring this forward in a time where it's needed, and and to have it be such a delightful
yeah,
mythology.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so here I'm reading about this the Green Man and the Dragon. Are you did I talk about it before?
Not that I'm
Well,
aware of. And I just wanted to ask, so the 3 books that you take down, you've read them all. You are familiar with them
no,
yourself.
well, I'm familiar with them, and yes, I've read some of them. One is a cowboy takes a wife. It's one of uh, a series of 3 books about Western pioneers and cowboys. And I live in Kamloops, and this is cow country. And so it goes back to the 1800s, and it's basically stories of the life of a
Yeah,
cowboy or
yeah.
whatever. And so there's that, and then there's stories from the Vinyl Cafe, and this is the Vinyl Cafe is uh, it was a podcast basically back before there were podcasts. It's a radio show
Mm,
where I can't remember his name now, but he would bring stories that were just delightful stories. And so there's that. And then there's the Green Man and the Dragon. So they're completely different genres because the Green Man and the Dragon is history and mythology. And the beginning of it, I had a woman who is deeply religious. And so she chose that book, and here I am, and I don't know the book. I kind of know the book, so there I am talking about how Christianity was designed by Constantine, as a way of
Control.
unifying and controlling his newly acquired peoples in all of their diversity. And he decided he would create a religion. And
Fascinating.
yeah, and for me, it really grounded me in what I'm doing in bringing my mythology forward. And it's not what I'm doing, it's what is being done through me.
Yeah.
I'm in awe
Yeah.
of what is going on. And I'm being used. I am the hollow reed that is writing this story. And I just, I'm thrilled by it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the next time I read about it, it had to do with, it wasn't Constantine, it was how the gods of these different peoples were woven into the, it had to do with the calendar and how
Okay.
11 days were extracted from the people, and how that had people in the streets,
Mm,
tearing down the powers that be, because they were 11 days were stolen from them, and how that is still a part of our calendar. And so this is an amazing book.
the Green Man and the Dragon.
Yes. Yeah. Now you
Author?
want to go and read it. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Okay, now I'll
Let
just
me,
put it in. I'll find it. Don't worry.
oh,
And
okay.
if,
Could you do that? Yeah. The fact that it is that book
oh,
that I am being asked to read, and it's
yeah.
happened. I've only had 3 sessions down there, and each time that book is the one that's chosen.
Yeah, well, you've started it and they've seen how interesting it is, and you too, and you continue with it.
Yeah,
It's an ongoing story.
well, I could go back, but what I did in the read aloud sessions was I said, well, basically, the first time we talked about how the Bible was constructed by and written and compiled by Constantine, and the second time we talked about how the calendar was
Fascinating.
formulated throughout, centuries,
Yeah,
and how we're now living with 11 days fewer, and how we have ended up with a series of 3 years and a fourth year being a leap year, and how
right.
that actually kind of works. And we don't go into what we want next. And I think that yes, the sun is deserves to light our days, but our lives should be ruled by the night, by the moon, and their calendar. We should go back to being uh, adhering to the moon calendar, which gives us 13 months. And it's the astrology aligns with that, and you know allowing ourselves to be guided by something that we don't have to go do a leap year because of having to follow the sun. Instead of following the sun, we can be the sun, SON. We can be the son of Sol and Gaia, and follow the patterns that are provided by them both. And so I don't know. It's just, where are we going with that? I don't know. It's I am a part of the revelations, and it's just I don't know. It's so fun being me.
And what it makes you realize, and I sort of had this conversation yesterday with somebody,
Hmm.
you don't realize how you are conforming to society because you don't know to ask questions. One of the things that I often bring up are the suffragettes. And I've learnt that it is not as innocent as I thought it was, that actually they were pushed. They were given information and pushed to do this in order to get women into the workforce, women working and everything. There's another story to it all. But for me,
Oh,
initially, it was that the suffragettes had the, whatever you want to call it, creativity, intelligence, it's not intelligence, to fight for something that didn't exist. I mean, if I had been living at the time, I would have accepted the fact that I couldn't write checks and so on,
yeah. You've
and
lived
that's
within this system.
right, without realizing that I could question certain things. And what you're saying right now is, for instance, the same sort of thing. We accept the calendar as it is. Who questions the calendar? It's for us. It's been there all the time because we were born into it, and so was the generation before us and everything. So the majority of us would never question the validity of it.
Oddly enough, there are a number of people who do.
Yeah.
Helen Huang is one of them, and she has the Mago calendar that is based on the moon.
So now is
And
she who is she?
she's got a course through Ubiquity University, and I
On
encouraged her in that direction and made the introduction.
But
And
has she been on Humanity Rising?
I believe she has. Let me double
She
check
who's it
that.
does not tarot. What's the other thing? The Chinese I Ching. Who is
I
that?
Ching?
I Ching?
Helen. Oh, Huang is not in there. How about Mago? No. Okay, so it'll be in Ubiquity University. It's not in other networks. So she has not yet been on.
Okay.
Um,
What's her name again? Helen.
Huang, Hwang. I'm going to go
And
into Ubiquity.
and the calendar is
Um,
Magoo.
Mago, Mago, Learning Pathways. Helen Huang. I'm going
I'm gonna
to.
have to go up to the wash. Sarah Sue, are you on or are you not? Hmm.
I'm
There it
on.
is.
Oh,
Oh, there
I'm
you go.
listening. I'm listening while I'm making my coffee.
okay. Because I think
And that's quite a process. Let me just give you this link.
okay. Oh, that's
That's the
great.
Mago
Thank you.
I'm listening
course.
and it's fascinating.
It
Oh,
is
good.
fascinating.
I just
Yeah.
got up.
Ah, well, I'm glad. Yeah, graduate degrees in creatrix studies, the Mago Academy. Um, and Creatrix studies is an academic field developed by Dr. Helen Haisuk Huang, which offers students a versatile lens through which to explore pivotal insights shed in primary and secondary source materials. These are available but largely marginalized, if not prohibited, in contemporary mainstream academic studies.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
So wait a minute,
Um,
Shannon, how did you get to know her?
I was looking for a 13-month calendar.
Why were you looking for a 13th month calendar?
One of the first things that I said in the after chat of Humanity Rising was that I wanted a new calendar, and I never lost that desire.
Why did you want a new one?
Because the thing is that if you control people's time, you control the people.
Mm.
And I feel that the people who have controlled the calendar have not respected the time of the people. We have been shattered by our time has been shattered by the calendar and by the people who created the calendar.
And I think it is so amazing that you said that, and so lucky. I hope you are recording.
Oh, yes, we are recording.
That was very well put.
Thank you.
Very well put.
Well, our time has been shattered into commodifiable pieces.
Mm-hmm. And it's man-made. Time is man-made.
Oh, very much so. Yes.
And that was the aspect of the second reading of that, the Green Man and the Dragon, was how they broke our time into 7 days a week, because it used to be on the cycles of the earth and the sun and the moon. Well, I want to go back to that, because I don't believe that the people who control the calendar have the right to make my time commodifiable. They don't deserve to make money off of my time. Yeah, it's just the way I feel about it.
So, question. If the Bible says that the week is 7 days, was the real calendar before the Bible?
The Bible was created by Constantine.
Right. Well, it was totally rewritten by Constantine. And the theologians
actually compiled it. He compiled it. He took all the writing and then threw some of them away and decided this is what the Bible is.
Right, but it was not the original Bible, but it was the Council of Nicene, where they had theologians from all over the world, and
Right.
and they had 5 names. They voted on Jesus. Jesus won. So yeah, and Constantine, the psychics of the day were saying that Constantine was bad, and so that's when they made psychics bad, because they didn't want people to believe them about Constantine, and they put that in the Bible. And you know what? Just day before yesterday, on Facebook, I saw that there's someone here locally who's really from the States, and her brother has been missing since maybe October. And I remember when she first put it on that he was missing. And he's old, he's gray hair old. But she mentioned, again, she had I don't know, 2 brothers or 3 brothers, and one's missing. So I called her. And I said, are you saying that your brother is still missing? And she said, yes. And I said, have you hired a psychic to find him? And that the police use psychics to find people. And when my first husband, who was, he ended up being the editor, the associate managing editor of the Chicago Tribune. But when he first started with them, he was an intern, and they gave him they kept 2 of the 20 interns on. He was one of them. He never had to go back to he was supposed to go back for his master's. He never had to, and he rose all the way to the top. But they gave him his own column with his picture. Well, he had seen me. I was at that time we were in Chicago, or the Chicago area, and he had I had gone to the Illinois Psychical Research Foundation. I was part of that, and we were doing a hands-on healing. And then he came to pick me up, and he saw me doing this hands-on healing, and he freaked out. He said it turned his stomach. He just, and he didn't believe in anything psychic. Okay, so then he was given the assignment by the Chicago Tribune to interview a psychic and that worked for the police in some other part of the state. They actually sent him to some other part of the state, and also to interview the police. Well, after he wrote this whole thing on this interview, he apologized to me and said I was right. So, yeah, it was very cool. But I know several psychics that work for the police because I used to put on psychic fairs, and also the lady, she worked for my mom, and she was a good friend of mine. She was doing the tarot on me while I was in labor. And it's amazing, you know, because I had her at home, and so people came by and visited, and they called on the phone. It's just amazing, and it was a 19 and a half hour labor. So, but she was the tarot on me as I was in labor, and just as she was being born, the card crossed the center, and she had called. She had called a few minutes before and said she's going to be born at 9:19.
So
But
wait a minute. I want to take you back. Is the woman going to use a psychic?
She's a psychic. That's my point. So she was at home, and the police came to her, and she was
wait a minute.
worried.
Wait. This is the woman whose brother's missing.
No. I'll get back to her. Because her whole stance was, well, it's not in my belief system. And I said, well, and so I gave her these examples, and I said, don't let your beliefs limit you to finding your brother. And that's how we left it.
Wow.
Because this other friend, the friend that was doing the tarot on me, the police came to her door, and she was afraid that, oh gosh, she's, doing psychic work and not paying for, doesn't have a business license, right? But no, they were coming to her to ask for her help to find the little boy that was missing. And she did find him, but he was dead. And I know lots of them. So and one that very specifically works for the police. So anyway, those were my three examples of, of people psychics that work for the police, that she should do it. He's been missing since October.
Yeah. What's holding her back? Limited by her beliefs.
Yeah, but then, why aren't they using these psychics for all these scientists who have gone missing, and Nancy Guthrie and
because they don't want to find him.
Exactly.
Maybe that's so. So. And you've got to know that the psychics are actually looking into it anyway, because we color outside the lines, man.
Well, it's funny. I used to belong to this group. It was a bunch of the psychics that were at my in my psychic fairs, and we would get together once a month and have a psychic potluck, where we would just get together and read for each other and play, and it was just fun. So we were at a psychic potluck, and that was when the green. Oh, it was a serial killer was on the loose, and around the Green River, and so they did this funny parody because some of them had actually worked on it, and they hadn't found him. My mother wanted to do a sitcom of funny psychics looking for things, and looking there's something and it wasn't there, or something. But because my mother really believed in psychics. In fact, she even paid for me to have a psychic reading, and it said that he said that I would meet my soulmate, and he would be from the mountains. And so when I met my husband Robin, he was from Bend, and that was in the mountains. And I remember being next to him thinking, this is my mountain man.
Ah, nice.
I got to go to the wash. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be here. So, all this talk of psychics does invite the question, Sarah Sue.
Yes.
Your 369 composition. Did you have a look at
Yes,
that?
yes, I'm very excited about it. Thank you. What I'm doing is putting it into Spotify. No, not Spotify. Speechify, so it can be
Okay.
read to me.
Ah. So I went through all of that beautifying and making it beautiful, and there you're actually going to have it read to you.
Oh no, well, yeah, but I'll still see the beautiful part.
Oh, good. Oh,
I
good.
see it as it's being read.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. No, I just don't have to keep my eyes on the screen that long.
And you get to choose the voice that's talking to you.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good.
So I
But
so
that,
appreciate it. I'm very excited about it.
are
I
you?
just, yes, and I just think it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And even the concept of it is brilliant. I'm just,
I have seen something similar, some things similar, um, but this is special. I really do feel that it is special what is being offered, and
I
what
agree.
I create. Yeah,
I see it
and
as being something that could really take off, and it's about how it's promoted.
thank you. I believe that the promotion is necessary, but what I what I know is that it's not as simple as just putting your information into the AI that has the template and it produces it. No,
Oh, in fact,
there's it's a
it's
lot of
it's
work.
about it's about putting it on ads with YouTube in things that are similar, and then have it come on as and they can choose to skip it. But for example, my husband and I are listening to these meditations, Dr. Joe Dispenza meditations. But what comes up is an ad, like an ad for Dr. Gundry and this water, molecular water. And I'm going, but because my husband had fallen asleep during it, he was in control and he didn't push skip ad. I had to listen to the whole damn thing.
Oh God, was it
So,
interesting?
well, it was, and then I went and I got a box because I had already bought a box that's very similar that had it's molecularized. No, hydrogen water.
Right.
So I had these. So since I've been here in Belize, there's someone here, an acupuncturist, and I had bought some from him. And mine had 12 parts per million, and his only has 5 parts per million. So,
Good.
so
So you got a better
but
one.
it was expensive. But in any case, my point is, but some of the ads that come up aren't even related. But
Yeah.
you put them up in related ones that people would actually stop and listen to it.
Yeah.
If they're they may do it. Also, a lot of people are selling ads on Facebook. I mean, they're selling their stuff. Have you noticed how Facebook has gotten mostly ads and a few of your friends?
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends, a lot, over 2,200 friends, but all I see are ads. Little bit of my friends, just a little bit. Like, where are they all?
Yeah. Yeah. I have 1.2. So not as many as you.
But a lot of ads.
Friends. No,
And I
friends
bought
on
a lot of
Facebook.
ads. I bought a lot of ads off of Facebook.
Yeah?
I listen. What I
Yeah,
want now is the grounding well,
how
which
does it
is the grounding sheets by Grounding Well.
yeah, I've got them.
You like him?
I haven't actually noticed any difference, neither has my mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I had a grounding wire and I didn't notice the difference, but I know that it's doing something good.
Yeah, well,
You don't have an ailment. Of course, she did have an ailment. Maybe she healed a little faster than she would have otherwise.
well,
Maybe.
maybe, maybe.
Hmm.
I'm willing to try just about anything. If it makes her more comfortable, um, that yeah, I'm a believer. You know, yeah,
I'm a believer. La, da, da,
yeah,
da, da.
yeah, yeah.
And how's she
And
doing?
a dreamer. She's doing well. Her, yeah. Um, let's face it. Her foot now has two less bones in it. So her first and second toe, her big and next toe, are basically unconnected. Yeah,
So it's
so
hard
she's
for her
got
to
no
walk?
balance. Yeah.
Right. So does she walk
And
with a walker?
yeah. And it because they did so much work, there's a lot of healing that has to happen. And so, yeah, so that's what, and last year I had dental surgery. And so I'm dealing with the healing of my gums and how
Oh,
tender
is
they
that taking?
are. Well, it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable. So I have sympathy for her because at least I don't have to go and walk on these things.
But you have to eat on them.
Well, yeah, but I've been given a plate, not a plate, a partial, appliance is what they call it.
So what did you have done on your gums?
They pulled a half a dozen teeth all at the same time. They put me out and pulled a whole bunch of teeth. The thing was, is that I
What I
for
have to have done.
for a decade I didn't have um,
Dental
what do you
care.
call it? Health care, dental care,
Right.
and insurance. And so Canada now has a federal plan for dental. And that came into effect just when I went to the dentist to have a look. And the dentist said, I won't work on your teeth because the roots have deteriorated so much. If I do any work on one, it's going to affect the others. And so you're going to experience um, problems, basically. And so he said, "You need to go and talk to this guy who does
Surgery or
extractions,
oral surgery.
oral surgery." So he took out the teeth and he put one uh, uh, implant in.
You have an
Yeah,
implant.
yeah, right in here. Because otherwise, that wouldn't be there. I would have a hole there. I have a hole further back here.
All
Um,
my teeth in the back are holes. And
yeah,
on the bottom, I don't have opposing teeth. I can't chew.
right.
And 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 my teeth, they're like some of them, they're all broken off. Some of them are broken all the way down below the gum. So there's nothing to grab
Oh
onto to
my.
pull them. So they have to cut my gum to take
Yeah.
them out. I definitely want to be out, but I want to be out for days. I don't even want to recover it. I just want to stay under until it recovers. And the fear, I got to do this fear-free because it's on both sides. So I can't chew really. That's why I say I cook for people with teeth challenged people, because I am one. And soft foods, soups like that, and meats. I only filet mignon, and the pork. The pork tenderloin. Boy, that's good. And I have a butcher that gives me pork chops. Pork chops come in different tendernesses, and you can get pork chops that are as tender as pork loin. And he picks out just the right ones for me. It's just
Oh, how
amazing.
nice.
And they're real thin and big, and it's amazing.
And
So
you eat a lot of meat.
I do. I try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And
I'm
only
glad
good
that
meat.
you've made
I
friends.
don't drink.
Yeah.
I don't spend a lot of money, any money on booze or anything. So
Right.
and the funny thing is, it isn't that expensive.
Okay.
It isn't. The thing is, you don't eat as much because you get satiated.
Right.
And you're not buying all those different ingredients. You're buying one ingredient.
Yeah.
So if I buy for $25 a pound of filet mignon, and that's 25 BZ, so that's $12.50 a pound, and that's going to make several meals for me.
Right.
That's not expensive.
No.
But they love to put it in their head that it's expensive, because then that's another
Yeah.
reason for them not to do it. And I'm dealing with that right now with my sister. And she goes, "Oh, but I went to the hospital and I have AFib and I got these monitors on me and blah, blah, blah." And I'm going, "Why don't you try the carnivore diet?" "Oh, no, I've got AFib." And so I found one of a guy who had AFib, and he cured his AFib with the carnivore diet. And
Oh, good for him.
and I sent it to her, and but she doesn't have time. I said, "Well, it doesn't take any time." The excuses that people can come up with.
Oh my
Well,
God. Yeah.
but then she just told me that her first high school sweetheart, who did you ever watch All My Children?
No, I avoided that one.
Oh, well, I was addicted to it.
Bigots. I had a problem. I have a problem with bigots, even if we're supposed to laugh at them.
Oh, I found I
All my
loved All My
children.
Children. That was the one with Erica Kane.
Oh, I
That-
was thinking All in the Family.
Oh no, that one was funny. Oh, really? No,
I
All in
know.
the Family
Yeah.
is
No.
hysterical. No, you should go back and watch them now, because you'll enjoy them. But because in reality he wasn't really a bigot in real life, and so it was just funny.
I have a weird sense of humor. Mostly, I don't find things funny that people laugh at. And so, yeah.
Well, anyway, he was in All My Children, and my mother called me, and I said, my mother and my sister got me into it in the first place. My sister would come home, skip school to come home and watch it with my mother. And I was in college, and I'd come home and I'd catch one episode, and it would catch me up for the year, right?
Yeah.
But then when I got married and I moved to Evanston, which is near Chicago, it's the Chicago suburb where my husband was going to school, and I started watching it, so I've been watching it. And my mother called. She said, "Are you still watching All My Children?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Well, you know the character Greg Nelson?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "That's Larry Law." It was Butch Law, because and that was my sister's high school sweetheart. She moved to New York to teach photography in the Lower East Side, which was a project that Margaret Mead was on the board, Robert Kennedy Sr. was on the board, and it was for kids that couldn't read, were knife fighters, con artists.
Yeah.
They were the dregs of society, and so it was
To
a
stir
school
with
for them.
love.
Right, and the owners of them were friends of my parents, And so she ended up going there at 17, and he followed her there, and he ended his school there. So he was friends with them. Somehow he got a part in Hollywood, and he got this part. So I'm watching it for a couple months, and you don't think it's someone you know. And he lived 2 doors down from me, right? And I'm watching it.
Wow.
And then as soon as my mother said that, and I looked at him, I'm going, yeah, that's Butch. Well,
How
so she and he
fun.
are still friends. He and I are friends on Facebook. His brother was my age, and my best friend he was my best friend's boyfriend. So I mean, it's kind of incestuous. We know each other well. And so I just heard yesterday from my sister that he has Parkinson's.
Oh,
And he's writing a play, and he's still still working, and but it's I think hindering his acting. And I said, well, the reason I came upon the carnivore diet was because it was curing Parkinson's.
wow.
That because as a health practitioner, I had worked with Parkinson's, I had and MS. And we had the best results of all their other practitioners because they'd all had lots of practitioners, but we couldn't crack it. And the carnivore diet was cracking it in 6 weeks. And I'm going, wow, there's something to this carnivore diet. And that's when I started looking into it and just watching lots of the different videos. And anytime somebody had an ailment, I'd go look it up, prostate cancer, heart disease, whatever the thing was. And there were always testimonies about it from live people that had really experienced it. And I say, I don't care about a study. You can skew a study any way you want. There's a lot of studies out there that are just plain false. I want to hear the testimonies. I want to know what's really working.
Yeah.
And so that spoke volumes to me. It was about the Parkinson's.
Wow. Wow. It
And
would
that
be really
can
nice if he allowed himself to be another testimonial.
Well, yeah, and he's tried it. Well, and that's why one of our very own, the guy in Germany, Paul Hillary.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he was going to try it. I don't know how that's going. Maybe we'll have to ask him. But apparently, he has tried the Parkinson's. Not him, Lawrence or Bush. He's tried it, but he wasn't consistent. You have to be consistent, and that is my problem. I am not consistent. I cheat. It is mango season. It is soursop season. It is, I have a hard time resisting just a little bit of fruit.
Well, yeah.
Well, Jerry, our own Jerry Anderson said that because when I was down to 80 pounds and needed to gain weight, and it's pretty hard to gain weight on a carnivore diet when everybody's
really.
losing weight. And that is the main thing about it, is losing weight. And I just read one or watched one where people were getting over juvenile diabetes, where they were giving up their insulin for juvenile diabetes. And that has always been one of my goals since I was 15, 14 years old. Actually 14, when my mother first told me that my boyfriend was a juvenile diabetic. And he didn't want me to know. And he was embarrassed about it because he had just found out. And but his mother told my mother and left it to her discretion to tell me. And I was baking a cake for him, and she couldn't stop me. It was going to be one of our month anniversaries, and so that night after I made the cake, she took me aside and told me that he was a juvenile diabetic. And so for several months, because he spent so much time at our house, and my mother made this raspberry jam, only thing she ever made like that. She was not Miss Homemaker, and it was just a fun project. But it's so much sugar and so much stuff that he ate. So we would go out to say ice cream and get a banana split, and I would go behind and try and eat it. So before he did, right? And I created this habit of eating behind him so that he wouldn't eat it. I was getting fat. So in any case, I always vowed to find a cure for juvenile diabetes. And I had him on a high carbohydrate, no meat diet, the opposite of what would have helped him.
Yeah.
So now I'm making amends. He's dead, but I'm making amends to him because we were close up until the minute he died, and he chose to die. They he was 51. They had amputated one of his legs, and they told him they were going to amputate the other one, and he said, "Oh no, I'm done." He went off his insulin, and he was on peritoneal dialysis every day, and he stopped that, and in 2 days he was dead. And his parents got behind it, got hospice, and he got to do a few things, just go to his favorite spot on the river before he died, and it was peaceful, and he got to die in their home, not in a hospital.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the things that we do to make people stay alive, it's just cruelty, I see.
I think so too. My husband and I have a pact. When we get to that point, we're going to the Grand Canyon and push one off push one over.
That would work. It would certainly work.
I've never been to the Grand Canyon. That's a great way to see it, all the way down.
Oh my God. Yeah, it is a long way down.
Yeah. So you've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been around the world and I haven't seen the Grand Canyon.
That's okay. It's just
I've seen the Red Canyon, which is like the Grand Canyon in Mexico.
Oh, nice. No, actually it's probably redder than the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon has earth tones, sand and beiges, rather than the reddish tones.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but it's gorgeous. I mean, now I've been to Niagara Falls.
Ooh, I haven't done that.
I didn't go on the boat or anything, but I did go to, the falls. And what my reaction was, that's an awful lot of water. That was it. It wasn't, oh my God, how amazing and wonderful and beautiful. No. Just an awful lot of water going over a cliff. But for the Grand Canyon, it was more than that's just a big hole in the ground. It was way more than that.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah, it was definitely awesome. Yeah.
And is there an echo? Uh-oh.
No, I don't hear an echo.
It smells musty.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's an uh-oh. I'll have to tell my landlord. It's hot here.
Is it?
Well, I'm hot. And that's the beauty is I think my metabolism is better because I get hot easier.
Oh, good. I guess.
Yeah. I haven't needed my best friend.
Your best friend.
My best friend is a hairdryer. A handheld hairdryer to warm me up.
Oh my gosh. So your metabolism must be improving.
Yeah, and though of course that's more in winter. Even here it's a little cooler, and your body it acclimates. You know, for someone that would come down from the north, it would seem quite warm in the winter here. But for us, it's a little cool. We wear sweaters in the winter.
Ah,
But I haven't needed a coat since I've been down here.
yeah.
And when I came, you know, even in Palm Springs, I have a whole collection of furs, or I did. Apparently, they're not there anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, I had a lot of stuff stolen.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, I finally moved into my mom's place completely. I am no
Mm.
longer living in two places. It's made a
Now, are
big
you going to,
difference.
when she goes, are you going to be allowed to stay there?
Yeah,
Oh, good. Now, does
yeah,
she own that apartment, or is it like
yeah,
a condo? Oh, wonderful. So you'll
yeah.
just
I'm
inherit
thrilled.
it and have a free place to live.
Well, not free, but yeah, not free.
Not free. Does the government pay any part of it?
No. Um, she has a mortgage on it, and there are strata fees.
What kind of fees?
Strata fees?
What's that?
Um, uh, common
Oh, common area, like an
payments for
HOA
the,
for the common area.
yeah, yeah, like that.
And
Because
that's
it is gorgeous here. It is just gorgeous.
wow, nice
I could
homes.
never have dreamed of my living in such a place.
Wow.
But yeah, my mom was a realtor, and she found a really good place to move into, and she was on the Strata Council, so
Oh,
the
wow.
building group, homeowners association, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
And the complex is unique in British Columbia. They merged the um, government subsidy people with owners. And so the people on subsidy are in the room and board section of the building. And we have a kitchen downstairs because they need to cook for them. So they're never going to shut down the kitchen. We'll always have a dining room. And the room and board people, that the encore, the governing uh, or responsible organization, also provides um, entertainment and exercise classes, and there's a library, and there's a media room, and it's gorgeous, and it sits right on the river. So in the back of the building, the river goes by, and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So might you teach your special qigong that you were talking about yesterday?
I could, but our people at this point in time, I don't want to take them by a storm. I just want to do things gently, and let them get to know me. My mom is uh, the writer of the Mainstream, which is the community newsletter. And
You come by it rightly.
well, yeah, yeah. She's been writing it for as long as basically as long as she's lived here, which is about going on 15 years. And so she has worked closely with the Strata Council and with the building managers. And so she knows almost everybody. And she was the one that pushed me into going into the reading aloud, because there was somebody doing that, but they are not doing it anymore for one reason or another. I don't know what.
What is it? You read aloud to them or?
Yeah, I go down to the library and I take 3 books with me on different, genres, and I offer to read aloud. There's the mainstream, of course, the newsletter that I can also read from as well. So, it's been really interesting, and earlier I was telling Diana, and was Stan here at that time, about one of the books that people keep choosing me to read from, and that's The Green Man and the Dragon.
I
People
don't know
are, you don't. I picked it up in Glastonbury when I was there, and it's about the mythology about St. George and the dragon and the Green Man, and how all of those mythologies weave together and were adopted by the Christian religion. And so it goes back to Constantine and the writing of the Bible, and the changing of the calendar, and how do you unify people, and how do you control them, and you change, you control them by changing their calendar. And that's where the shattering of our reality happened, was when they started mucking with the calendars.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, okay, you're a stand to get it changed back. What do you propose to do about it? How are
Well,
you going to? Okay, you don't have to
I,
worry about the how. You don't have to worry about the how. That's the
no, I
one thing that
don't. The how,
station is, that's your chief how, CEO, officer. You put out your desire and you get rid of the resistance, and you don't worry about the how, because the how's going to happen.
yeah.
So the desire is that you're going to change it, and you see it already done. And how does that feel? How does that feel now that you've done that it's already changed and we're on a 13-month calendar? How does that feel, Shannon?
Freeing. Freeing.
Can you get
The
into that feeling? Can you get into that feeling? The excitement of it?
the I know what you're doing, and I love what you're doing, and I really, really appreciate it. The thing is that when I am in that feeling, I feel more connected to Gaia. I feel more connected to Saul. My father, my great father, and my great mother are with me as I am a part of hashtag the one we are. We are all together, working together to figure out how to put our best foot forward. It's exciting feeling the connection to my friend in Belize, my other friend in Germany, my other friend in Philadelphia, friends I don't know yet in everywhere, everywhere. And what we are doing is we are uh, working together to enhance the life of our mother, the one who has given us life. We are we are standing in our power as pop, the power of people personified. It's just amazing being a part of that. Do you feel it?
Yes, you're making me feel excited.
Good, good. I really think that we should do that for each other more often, and as often as possible.
Every day, every day. And that's the meditation that we're doing, is to feel it, and let our desire go, not resist it at all, but to feel it, and the excitement, the love, the joy, whatever our desire is, because it's already there. It's
Yeah.
already there.
The
And
timeline that takes you to that reality, you just need to switch timelines. And that's what happens when you see it and when you feel it, that you orient on that.
and things will line up. Just so the
Yeah.
synchronicities will happen one after another, and it will line up. And I see that, and I see that happening with your movement. I'm on it with you. I like the idea.
Well, that's what I figure, Sarah Sue, is that I have been tapped to share my stories so that people realize that by sharing my timeline, we get to where we're going together. I am a leader of the murmuration of human nations.
Can you say that word again, please?
I am a leader of the murmuration of human nations. You like
Did
that?
you make that up?
Well, yeah, but you know what a murmuration is, don't you?
No, no.
Oh, that's the problem. Okay, a murmuration, you know, when starlings flow together, they fly together and they create all of these wonderful, like, that's a murmuration.
Oh. Oh, that's a beautiful. So that actually, when you know what that means, that creates a beautiful picture.
Yes, yes. I've got it on my YouTube channel for inspirations of um, our heart gardens, because that is what the murmurations do, is we create beautiful hearts of communities.
That
And
entrain to each other. Basically, those birds, when they're flying, they're entraining to each other.
they're in absolute connection with 7 different birds around them.
Oh, wow.
And they switch who they follow, but that's what's going on, is they're flying in formations of 7, and each bird has 7 birds that they follow.
So it's a dance.
It is. It's exactly what it is. It's a
Wow.
dance. But it's not an unaware dance,
Right.
because it knows where the ground is and it knows what it is, and what it is creating. It will create the shape of a bird. That is what the one on my YouTube channel, that is the one that I have up. It created the shape of a raptor, a, a big bird.
Yeah.
It's very powerful. So let me see if I can find that, because I think that would be a worthy one to put into the chat.
Great.
Okay. I'm going to put my YouTube channel in and copy.
Good. You know, my husband and I, we're doing this, it's like a 2.5 hour meditation that you listen to while you're going to sleep. And then it tells you all these wonderful things while you're sleeping. But I couldn't actually sleep. And then my neighbor right at my window was having a party at like 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, really loud. And I had to get my computer and take it into the living room so that I could continue doing this. So my computer's in there. Need to go bring it back. That's why I'm on my phone.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, and here it is, 1:59. I'm sorry, we're going to shut down the room on Diana. She's off doing laundry, and she will come
Oh,
back to her computer with nobody there. But that's okay.
You know,
I'm really glad that you came and spent some time with me.
me too. I'm sorry I was late. I was planning on being on time, and
Yeah, well,
I kept having this dream because I'm about to call my other high school sweetheart, the one that was after the first one, and my actual first one that we made love after being together for 2.5 years. And I'd been with 3 years with the other guy first and hadn't. I was still a virgin. And back then I was going to be a virgin till I got married. That was drummed into me, but that didn't happen. But the interesting thing is when I got married to my second husband, and it was July 4th. Today's my anniversary. Oh my God, today's my anniversary of my
oh,
second
how
husband.
nice.
Yeah. And of my late husband. And so that's okay. He died after. Actually, it's a funny story. But when, I grew up on a lake and we got married at the house at the back. I got married there twice. And we got in the boat to go watch the fireworks. Just as the judge had said, "I do," or as we said, "I do," the first big boom went over the lake. You couldn't have timed it better with a walkie-talkie. I mean, it was amazing. And so we got in the boat, and my high school sweetheart got in the boat with his son, and I whispered in his ear, "My first and my last." Well, that was a big lie. That was a big lie because now I'm on my third, and we just celebrated we've been together 36 years. So, so we're still friends. My point is, we're still friends. And I just contacted his wife, who brought my baby she was my assistant at my birth. And my daughter's birthday was yesterday. And she was 43. So this is a long time ago, right? So anyway, we caught up a little bit on text, and I'm going to call her husband, who was my boyfriend. But what she told me was that their son, Adam, the one that I whispered that was in the boat with us, is now a public defender. He's a lawyer and a public defender. And we are having such trouble with our public defender. He won't return our calls. He won't give us the discovery. He doesn't tell us when we have a court date. And he won't let me see the discovery. He won't even give it to Robin if Robin shares it with me. He will not tell me anything or talk to Robin in front of me. And we want to get rid of him. But we need some advice from a public defender that can just give us advice.
Yeah.
So what
Well,
timing?
I wish you. Yeah, it's
Amazing
perfect.
timing.
Yeah. Well,
That's
you
didn't have, because when we started taking Peter Sage, and Robin really took it to heart, and he's going, okay, there's some information out there we don't know yet. It's there, and little bits and pieces are coming together.
Yay.
Because
I'm so glad.
he's being falsely accused of something he didn't do and doesn't do, and I mean, he doesn't do drugs, and they're saying he manufactures drugs, and it's a offense that could send him to jail for 25 years, and he's 71 years old, and he doesn't believe in drugs. He doesn't believe in drugs. He's against them,
Yeah.
and always has, and has no record, never been in jail.
Yeah. So I want to say, Diana, you missed a very good conversation. And by going into other networks and searching for the word Saturday, the Saturday AfterChats will pop up, and you'll be able to listen to the recording, not right away. It'll take a couple of days for us to get that up, but it'll be there.
So
And
Diana just came.
she's here, and just in time for us to go. We were going to leave and leave it blank when you came back, but you're here, so we can say thank you for being a part of our reality.
Yeah, no, thank you. That's timing because it's 11 p.m. and I should get to bed. So
yes, you should. Yeah.
But we're gonna see something first, Diana, because you've keyed up the YouTube with the bird formation.
Oh, I can do
murmuring, yeah.
Murmuration. Yeah, you want to see that? I will.
ATION, murmuration.
Murmuration.
ATION, yeah.
Murmurate.
Skips.
It's like fish. GHOTI.
Share.
You know, I'm doing crosswords with AI, and AI is getting the information wrong all the time, and I'm having to correct it.
All right, here we go. You gotta move you down. Here we go.
Oh, is this when they formed a bird?
Yep.
You're a photographer and you take a picture of something, you will see that one frame, believe it or not, just flicking before your eyes. And I knew, didn't even have to look back. And I said, I've got it. And then I looked back and obviously I knew I had it.
Oh, it's amazing.
James
Oh
Crombie,
my God.
sports photographer from Ireland. I suppose the year it happened made a big difference because as a sports photographer, I'm generally working, but with no sport happening, I had lots of time to go off and pursue a different project. I'd seen an image before of a murmuration that looked like a bird, nothing like this. They make phenomenal shapes, the starlings. They do create these spheres. And I just thought we just had to get some shape that actually looked like something. Myself and my friend Colin, we'd spent 60 nights out there over the course of two and a half months. I definitely had in my head that something was going to happen, and it happened.
That's a bird.
Amazing.
That looked like a bird.
It became a bit of an addiction, really. We just wanted to go every night. We were constantly checking the weather. We were ringing each other saying, where do you think they're going to be tonight? Where are the last night? And you basically have to be on them or you might as well not be there. If they're a kilometre away, they're too far away. Over the 60 nights, we were nearly able to, we won't say predict, but we had a good idea of where they were going to be. And just by noticing some sort of pattern. A lot of nights we went and we were just in the wrong spot. And then we say, okay, I think they're going to be somewhere else tomorrow night. So we turn up tomorrow night, and then tomorrow night it'd be raining, and you turn up the next night, and then it might be a perfect sunset, but they might be 2 kilometres away again. And then some nights you were on them and they didn't do anything. They just kind of floated in, and then you're like, bah. The night before, I remember saying, okay, I think they're going to be where they ended up being that night. It wasn't the ideal night. Then 3 or 4 nights earlier, I'd taken an image and the sky was beautiful. It was an orange sunset, and I thought, this is the location that I've been waiting for. But there was something about it that night. A lot more birds turned up than usual, and they were a lot more active. It was a sight to behold. Straight away when I took the picture, I said, it's a bird. It's a big bird. They actually done 2 birds that night. So there was something really strange happening that night. And it was a pleasure just to be able to witness that split second that would probably never happen again. You know, it's nature at its best. And I remember some nights trawling through muddy fields with boots completely laden down and bitterly cold. And it was good to be out, but it didn't feel like it was a pleasure. It needed the journey, it needed the 60 nights, it needed the disappointments and the failed efforts. And it means a lot more that it actually took that great deal of effort to actually capture it, you know, and it's something that I'll probably never forget. There was 3 or 4 of us there that night to witness the big bird. But the next night, there was about 60 photographers there, everyone hoping it'd happen again. And it'll probably never happen again. And that's the irony of it. They'll do a different shape or they'll do something else. But what happened that night will never happen again. And it's the pure joys of nature, I suppose.
Wow.
Well,
thank you.
I'll have to clip that off the end of our recording, but it was worth it. I'm so
Is there a
glad
way
we
for
got
me to
share
get
it.
that? Can I share that with people?
Oh, absolutely.
Copy what Shannon put into the chat.
Yeah, just click on that. It's one of the inspirations of Our Heart Gardens. It's on my YouTube channel.
On my phone.
Yeah. So you guys have fun. I'm going to run away now.
Yeah, I am too.
Wait,
okay.
let me get this.
I love you.
I think I can open it.
Friday.
It's on my phone than it does on my computer. Wow.
There you go.
Got it?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, okay. So this brought me to your website. Now what?
My YouTube channel. Go down into where the collections are. And the first one is...
Oh, this is fabulous. Look at all these.
Yeah. It's the 3rd collection that's there.
I don't...
playlist.
The ones are
Some
welcome. No,
Art
that's
Gardens
Welcome to
inspirational.
Well. Sparkling Conversations.
Does it have a title?
It's called The Proof is Out There.
Okay.
Shocking Bird Phenomenon. Oh, you
I
know
don't
what I
see
can
it.
do? Copy link hands.
You can search on YouTube, can't you?
I could just give it to
The
you.
proof is out there.
This one, there's the link for it. But you're now in my YouTube channel. I've got you. So
Yeah.
Be a follower, and you'll see all sorts of things in there, and have fun. And we'll see you on Friday.
Out there.
Or Tuesday. Okay, I'm going away now. Bye for now.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to.